Hey everybody, welcome to Special Report. This is TruePowerIsMine. I have Judah on the phone. Brother Judah is a host of 8 Mile Radio. You know, check them out.
7 Mile.
7 Mile.
7 Mile.
7 Mile Radio. I've been on the show a few times over there, but we're going to break down what's really going on in Detroit. What's really going on with this tow thing. So, Brother Judah, could you just bust out who is Manny Malone?
Okay, Manny Marone is a billionaire here in Detroit that owns the Ambassador Bridge that connects from Detroit to Canada. That's really how he got his billion. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we call Manny Marone here Bruce Wayne because of the ties he has to the city. You get me?
How deep are those ties?
What you say?
How deep are the ties that he has to the city? Like
Okay, I want to say back in 08 or 09 when Kwame was going through turmoil and all that, or when he first got into office, a lot of our contracts for our Eastern Market, which is a business district that deals with food and groceries, as far as our meat, he sold that property to Manny Marone. Also, not only that, he sold our towing contracts to the police to Manny Marone. Also, not only that, Manny Marone built a new freeway with no permission of the city or the city council or the mayor. He built it with his own people, with his own money, and with his own surveyors and his own inspectors and his own construction workers. And so because of that, they got mad city council, so they threw him and his accountant in jail for a day. So y'all can Google all this just for one day.
Dang.
So not only does Manny Marone own that, he just sold our old train station to Ford Motor Company. Now this train station, it was used in Transformers. It was used in several movies. So if you look at that building, that's an old Transformers. That's the old train station from Detroit. Manny Marone owned that. Now it's sold to Ford Motor Company. It's called the Tech Center. They just bought it like some months ago.
So Manny Marone owns basically the police department and like the inspectors and all that. That's affiliated with the city as well.
No. I'm not gonna say the city of Detroit, but I said he hired his own inspectors and his construction to build a freeway, minus the city inspectors and all that. He didn't need them. They told him no, he couldn't do it. So he went ahead and did it himself. Not only that, you can look up this story. Freeway built on top of fishing business, which Manny Marone wanted to buy the business from the guy. The guy said no, so Manny Marone built the freeway on top of him.
Hold on, let me freeway built on top of a fishing company.
You got to say Detroit. Let me see. Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Hold up, let me see.
Freeway built over a fishing company in Detroit. Road fishing gets exclusive freeway at Ford.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, let's pull it. Freeway built on top of business. Detroit.
Freeway built on top of business in Detroit.
Yeah, we have to find the news to that. Let me see.
Freeway built on top of business in Detroit.
Okay, let me see. Where's the video? Let me see. Man awarded. Okay, that's not me. Like I'm find it through there. So this is only on Detroit News. Man awarded. Hold up, let me see. Freeway built.
But once again, we're talking about building like freeways in predominant like minority areas, kind of confiscating their land. And how this Manny guy also basically controls all the commercial tolling. So that's why probably Mr. Dickerson, Michael Dickerson, has to do the gigs at the McDonald's and the little liquor stores, because the others are basically hemmed up by one man, right?
Most of them, yeah. Most of them is owned by, as far as the police towing inside the city, most of it's owned by Manny Marone. It was given to him by Kwame Kilpatrick.
So how does that guy have the authority to give out that service exclusively to anybody?
You said Manny Marone or the mayor?
The other one at the end.
Manny Marone.
Yes.
Well, Manny Marone owns the contracts, so he can outsource them to whoever he wants to. You know what I'm saying?
Now, is that something that the city alderman boards regularly votes on who gets the new contract, or is it awarded for so many years? Do you know?
I don't know that. I'm thinking the contracts that's bought up now is private. I don't think it can be awarded through city council or nothing, because now it's private. It was sold. As far as like now that we've been bankrupt, our water department is sold. Now it's private.
Oh, the water department's privatized. That's crazy.
Now it is. Now after bankruptcy, because we had to. When you go through bankruptcy, they come through with a liquidation, right?
Right.
And so Belle Isle Park, it's private now. It was owned by the city. They call it a lease. They said it's leased by the state now, but 30 years, we'll never see that. But it's privatized now. You also got our water, which is totally privatized. Also our garbage.
It's privatized. So you
get,
it was
all city owned.
So, and are those related to this Manny guy as well?
No. I'm just giving you a rundown of how the city was privatized through bankruptcy, and before that through Kwame Kilpatrick. And a lot of that. Go ahead.
I was about to say that same process can happen to us on a national level as well.
Well, yes, because Detroit was the I want to say was the example first. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to do this first. See, can they do it in other cities? We're going to try one major city first. Then, Chicago's next. Whatever else next. Chicago's next. We already know this. Due to the violence that's going on there, to the lowering of the property value. The same thing we're here on in Detroit. Now it's gentrified.
Right.
So the only way to gentrify the neighborhood that you want, you have to create violence. Same like Compton, California. Compton, California now is white collar, most of them. They're pushing the blacks out into the suburbs.
Right. And replacing them with middle class folks that can afford a couple of things.
They moved the property up in Compton to 2, 3, 4, 500,000.
Wow.
And that's just a regular 2, 3 bedroom. So who can afford a 300,000 3-bedroom in Compton?
Oh my God! So we've seen this being played out over and over. The cycle: run out people, new people come in. After those people kind of start dying out, it goes back into decline. They come back in, but what do you think we can do to finally break that economic cycle?
You really want the truth?
Yes.
Well, the truth is, stop spending on your rollies and everything, and the Mercedes Benzes and caddies, and start investing into land. We got all our rappers, we got all the athletes and all that. There's no way we should own mass land as black people and mass businesses. It's just come on now, that's just logic. You know what I'm saying? We have to now invest into ourselves and start investing into the white man and his product. Same as like Soulja Boy said. I don't know if you got a chance to look at the Soulja Boy interviews. A lot of them was calling him stupid and dumb, but he's really a real entrepreneur, but nobody wants to spend with a black man.
Well, I think some of his, maybe his problem is the character that he plays or whatever. I'm not really familiar with him. But
yeah, well, I mean, Charlie Sheen can do the same thing, but if he owns businesses, they're not going to look at him crazy. They don't look at him as an entrepreneur. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he said in his interviews. You have to go back to the interviews and look at this when he was on the Breakfast Club or Everyday Struggle on YouTube. You rather spend your money with an Asian or a white man and buy a console, but you won't buy mine for $125. Right?
Well, yeah, we've seen that happen before.
So the deal with how can we combat owning businesses and everything and getting ahead of other cultures, we have to invest into ourselves and believe in one another. We have to create our own shoes. We have to create our own button-ups, our own suits, our own food, gardening, the whole nine, which we did before. But somewhere after the 70s, 60s, and 70s, after the 70s and leading into the 80s, we got to buying European shit. Got into the European after the song. What is the song? Are We On Our Way Up? What is that one song back in the early 80s? We made it. We finally made it or some shit.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. We finally came up. It was an older 80s song, but after that song, it seemed like black people in the whole didn't want to buy black no more. They wanted to live the life like the white man. And the white man...
They were tired of suffering, I think. Honestly. I mean, realistically, they were tired of having to save their every last nickel. You know, because don't forget, back then, the whole revolutionary thing was, was really huge, really big. It was overthrow time. Well, if you was living on that, feeding on that, we're 40 years after all that went down, and you still got to make money, you still got to pay your bills. The reality is you have to prepare for the realistic future. A lot of these notions and ideals are just that. They're just notions and ideals. Romantic, whatever, but it's not based upon reality or practicality. That's why it's always fails. I asked that question.
I'm going to tell you like this, True. Before the 1980s, the black man owned more businesses in his community than we do today. Mm-hmm. So what was the difference with today and back then? Because they believed in themselves back then, so they wasn't really like Black Wall Street and all that.
Let me tell you, because once again, we do not realize who we're dealing with. We do not realize the beast that has been unleashed. The men that were popping off back in the 80s, during the early 90s and early 2000s, they had sons and daughters, and realistically, would suspect that those kids should have inherited those businesses. But for various reasons, some died of AIDS, some were aborted, some were incarcerated, some rejected their father or mother, and they rebuked the business. That's what it's called, attrition. Over time.
Let me explain this to you, Drew. How many people you know died of AIDS?
I know several people.
I'm talking about like a collective that in your lifetime, you know several people that have died of it.
Yes, and I'm talking about in the 90s too, not like recently.
Well, I can probably in my lifetime coming to Detroit, I probably can remember too. Most people, I can remember more white people dying of AIDS from TV than I can remember black people. Mm. You get me? Right. So I think Tariq did a special on it and saying that they wanted to put a face on AIDS. Remember, but when me and you grew up, the most people had the AIDS with the white people. Remember Rock Hudson and all that?
Oh yeah, the whole
right?
All those little cats from that
era. Okay. Let me explain this. So if the white people was dying from AIDS first, I have to switch the narrative and I have to put the black face on it. So I have to bring Magic out.
Right.
I have to bring Eazy-E out. That's how we got brainwashed thinking black people were just dying of AIDS, but in all actuality, it was more whites dying from AIDS than blacks, and that's a fact. Because right now, Russia is the leading AIDS capital right now. I want to say Russia is another country, but they want to tell you Brazil and Zimbabwe is. But Russia is one of the leading AIDS people in the world. And we can look that up right now. Let me see. Russia. I'm on my computer.
Hold on. Yeah.
AIDS epidemic. Here you go. Here you go right here. AIDS epidemic.
AIDS epidemic.
Yep. Yeah.
My computer too. AIDS epidemic in Russia.
Yeah. AIDS in Russia, HIV AIDS epidemic is getting worse, not better. Right? Even in Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe is the low class Europe, right? Versus Western Europe. So places like the Ukraine, Serbia, and Slovenia and all them places, AIDS, them are poor white people, but they don't never really want to like show you them, right?
No, I mean that's always been the narrative, you know, especially like we were talking about the Rock Hudson days. The poor whites have always been in a back note. Oh man,
no, Rock Hudson. We got who else died of AIDS back in the day? The guy with the diamond rings on his hand, Liberace. It was a white man's disease at first, right?
Oh, well,
so where did we come in? Where did we come in as it was a black disease now? When you think of AIDS, you think of black people. But when we first started AIDS, who was the first people to have AIDS?
It was those cats out in San Francisco. You know,
who was the movies and stuff made after?
It was the white dudes.
Thank you.
You know, they were the ones. I mean,
so to switch the narrative of the AIDS, or to switch the facial on it, we have to bring Magic out with AIDS, which we don't even know if he had AIDS really or not. Because right now he's walking, everybody else can die but him.
Well, you know that there, I think I actually done a show about it, where there was a South African scientist that said that AIDS was basically a bio weapon that was genetically targeted towards black folks. I guess that's when, and that information kind of came out during the 2005, 2007.
Thank you. That came out in the 90s, early 2000s. But all the movies of AIDS that we watched in the 80s and the early 90s had white people on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, the face of AIDS was literally a white male homosexual back in the day, because those were the guys that were engaging in that type of behavior.
So where's they at now?
Well, they're dead. You know, the ones that
no, they walking around like the Charlie Sheens.
Oh, yeah.
The Charlie.
Yeah. But he's not homosexual. I don't think he's homosexual. I'm talking
about, I mean, we don't know. You know,
what he is.
I mean, we don't know. He's a Hollywood expert, so we don't know what he do. But as far as, look at the Charlie Sheens that's going around and infecting everybody. Look at that one racist Klan man that went around infecting all the black women with AIDS. Look that up. Klansman infects black women with AIDS. Let's look this up.
Hold on, let's load that up. Klansman infects black women with. I'm not saying.
And I think this was recent. I think this was recently, within the last 3 years. I want to say.
Klansman infects black women with AIDS. Oh my God! I'm just gonna have to bust this out the old-fashioned way.
Okay. If it's not AIDS, just put in HIV.
I think. Oh no! I just typed it up. Okay, I just got it.
You got it?
I think so. Yeah, a man kills woman. No, this is. Hold on. A lot of others. Ex-prison guard convicted of plot to kill black inmates.
No, not that. Okay. Let's talk HIV. Let's do the HIV. Hold on. Let me see. Where's that guy at? See, these stories is on here. Now they like to take a lot of these stories off of here. They like to put them into the back.
Oh, to the way back.
Where they? This is let's just type in.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna open up this story. This might actually be it, just with a different little headline. It's white supremacist kills black woman for threatening to tell everyone he has HIV.
That's it right there.
I got him pulled up. Man, he looks rough too.
Yeah, because he was infected women before, but one woman was a black woman. He was only sleeping with black women. He was a racist. Yeah,
so he
same as Ed Buck. Ed Buck is right now as a gay man going around in LA injecting people with who knows what and killing them. But we don't know what he's injecting them with.
That's this type of behavior right here is what I'm talking about. This woman's dead and nobody cares. You know what I mean? This story's going to come and it's going to go. There's probably been many more. And
but what I'm trying to get to right now, True, is that the white people is using AIDS right now, going around and creeping with black women and infecting them purposely, same as Charlie Sheen was doing. But Charlie Sheen got outed by a white lady because she wanted money. But he had a lot of black women and black porn stars at his house too. Nobody talks about that.
Hold on, Charlie Sheen. Hold on 1 second. Charlie Sheen sleeps with black women. All right, hold on.
I mean, they're probably not gonna put that on the net, but we already know most of the porn stars he had in his house, most of them was black, and he had some white, but most of them was porn stars and regular. He would go around sleeping with black. He loved black women. That's what Charlie did.
Charlie Sheen.
And he would pay them off.
A lot of ex-girlfriends are suing him. A lot of these headlines, Charlie's getting sued right and left. So the thing about it is, we have to. I think anymore. I think seriously anymore. It's just really a matter of being in tune with who you're messing around with. I don't care if they're rich. I don't care if they're poor. Because this is going to be a huge issue.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, True. When you're dealing with white supremacy, we got to come from all angles. Like we got Manny Marone, he deals with property. We got scientists or people like Ed Buck that's going around infecting people through syringes or through medicine. We got doctors. We got all kind of white supremacy ways that's infecting people that they're using upon us. So we can hit from all, we can hit from the water, we can hit from the air, we getting hit with this white supremacist army people or the race soldiers that want to go out and just kill. So with white supremacy, you got to understand they now to a certain point to where they coming at all angles, because if we think about one angle, they're coming at 5 other angles. That's why you see CDC is in Atlanta, and where's the biggest population of HIV in America coming out of?
Well, listen, a lot of that, we got to understand that a lot of this is by design, all right? As far as, there was a story the other week, there was a Marine Corps or Marine caught up with that nationalism stuff, and they were plotting on killing black Marines and all this, that, and the third. People are not as stupid as they once were. People can do these research, these simple Google, basically lookups, and find information that you will never find on TV. But it's just as real as ever. Look, that's the reason why it's so important for us to get involved with the community. Because if you think you're just going to sit on the sideline, and what's happening now, I don't know if the food situation in Detroit, does the city have some sort of plan to, like if the government shutdown continues, does the city have any type of plan to help out the people that may need it?
No, you already know, True. We in a major city of black people. We not gonna really have a plan. We haven't heard of a plan. The plans that we hear that's coming out of the white cities, that they have a plan, or with a huge white population. Yeah, they have plans, but you're not gonna hear no plans out of Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, Baltimore. You're not gonna hear no plans out of that. Parts of St. Louis, you're not gonna hear no plans on how can we feed them.
Right.
It's not gonna be a plan.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to sound naive here. I'm setting up these questions for like the listener or viewer, TV viewer in the tropics. In Detroit, if this food thing, let's say it gets really bad, how cold is it towards the beginning part of May or the end of May? How cold would it be in Detroit?
Well, it would be hot there then. I wouldn't say hot, but warm.
Okay.
With May. So it would be an epidemic in Detroit because we can't store food outside no more. Detroit it's cold outside, so you might can store some type of food outside and get it, you know what I'm saying, frozen.
So right now, what's the temperature in that area? Like tonight, right now?
12 degrees.
Okay, that's about the same here. Yeah, it's mighty cold. It's mighty cold. Could you picture being outside and hungry? In the cold, people don't realize you need more calories, not less. So,
well, I'm gonna explain it to you. You will have a better chance of making it in the winter than you would in the summer months or spring months. Why? Up north, because like I said, you could store food outside in the cold. When it becomes to begin warmer weather, you have no storage options. When you have no electricity.
You have fishing though. You don't need to store stuff. You can eat fresh every day. Just go down there to the river for your little pole. Catch yourself some fish. If nothing else, you live up there by the lakes. Snag a few of those damn fish out of that son bitch and start eating. Don't sit there.
I understand. I understand that, but you know what I'm saying, most of that, if it's shut down, is going to be regulated. You're not going to be able to go to the lake. That's going to be military control. Because you're not going to be able.
The whole damn battle, you know what I mean? There's always going to be a little cut somewhere, some little.
You could, but you have to get to there. But the main port by Detroit and on up is going to be protected. True, they're not going to have that open. Yes, you have to go up to north. There's spots going to be available, but you got to get to it. Like the movie or the series Handmaid's Tale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you about Handmaid's Tale. I heard Mark from Anaheim talking about it on the last show. Handmaid's Tale is showing you what's going to go on right now. They're going to shut the borders down. They're going to shut the lakes down. The fishing and all, they're going to shut it down. It's only going to be used. The private people or the rich people is going to be able to use that. Not us. We're not going to be able to get to it like that, like you think.
Well,
the waterways is going to be shut down.
That's the sad thing about it. Is that we...
You know what I'm saying? Because the waterways is not... Ain't nobody going to be thinking of eating. They're going to be thinking of getting up out of here. They're going to use it as a railway. Like, let's get on this raft or so let's hell with the fish. We out of here. But that's what they're going to use the water for.
See, the other thing I could say, I've been talking to a number of preppers from all over the West Coast area, and they keep advising to try to get to open water. Your best bet will be on a ship, anywhere from 125-foot sailboat on up, something that you can kind of maneuver in, and just hang out on the water. Come in, kind of be a pirate, get what you need, and then get back out there on the water. That's a safe spot. Because the land, unless you have a group of people and you kind of have some sort of network, I hate to tell you, Brother Judah, a lot of people are just not going to make it. They're just not going to make it.
They're not. Just look at the test right now of they say Trump is opening them back up the government. all this was a test on how long can we keep this shit closed and what would the people do. Now, next time they close it, it's going to be for months or years. This is just a test. Just like they turned the lights off in 02, 03, they go 4 something like that when we had that major shutdown up north when the whole northern part of the United States shut down with no electricity.
Yes, I remember that.
For 2 days. That was a test to see, you know what I'm saying, what would these people do without ATM cards? What would they do without gas for 2 days?
Well.
And it was chaos.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, guys, I have the phone line open. Area code 636-209-5044. Call in if you have any questions or just want to make a statement or a comment about, you know, what we're talking about tonight. Basically prepping. Well, actually, we started off talking about the towing situation in Detroit and the political aspect to who's really running the towing scene out there. And we made a vague connection to why that's why Breakthrough Towing possibly has to conduct the business they do, is because the rest of it is already taken up by a Mr. Manny Malone. Pretty much got Detroit on lockdown. So that is what it is. But now we're moved on to the government shutdown and the potential of people going hungry, because we all know that unfortunately Detroit is kind of bottlenecked right up in there against the water and the land. And we know that a lot of the people south of Detroit are not. Would you say people south of Detroit are urban friendly, are melanated friendly people?
We say south of Detroit, that's pretty much, we call that downriver. And that's one of your most poorest white areas in Michigan. And no, they're not melanoid friendly. They're some of the most racist people in the state of Michigan.
Wow. So they got this
and they
blockade.
What do you say?
So it's like that you have the black folks pent up in Detroit with a racist blockade around them, you know, various populous little towns, you know. So what I'm saying is, in an emergency situation, they're not going to play around.
Well, in an emergency situation in Detroit, we're basically trapped because we up here, like you said, surrounded by the water. And if they really wanted to shut us down, like some of the first freeways came out of Detroit, so if they really wanted to shut us down, they could shut the neighborhoods down.
But see, it's sort of like the other day I replayed a movie called The Spook by the Door. And the whole point of that movie was when the two special forces guys were talking, they were like, you know, keeping the ghetto on lockdown hurt the city more than we anticipated, you know, because of all the workers, you know, lived in the ghetto. Is that still true? Like a lot of the workers, you know, the black population in Detroit, is it needed now for labor, or have they kind of been replaced?
As you see, Mexicans is our most roofers right now. Mexicans is our most construction workers. Mexicans are Latinos, and foreigners are our most really hard workers. So what do you think? True? Are we needed?
Unfortunately, let's just say the jury is still out on that.
No, we're not needed. True. That's why they have to kill us off slowly. We're an unwanted population in the U.S., and we've been unwanted since the indigenous day. When they first arrived, they didn't want us here. We've been here.
That's
you get me? And I'm going to give you one reason why they don't.
What's that?
They owe us trillions of dollars. We're owed, the African Americans is owed trillions of dollars due to all this land that we built up. So if you was to take interest on all this land, we would be owed something like $13 trillion. Probably more than that. Maybe that's, I'm going to let my low ball. But $13 trillion is, or more is what they owe us right now, the African American population. And I'm talking about just the African American population.
Now,
or however they go, the indigenous population.
How would we determine using genetics, DNA testing, who's who? Because, don't get me wrong. I understand the concept of reparations and I believe in it, but I know that's a fallacy because no one's trying to come off that bread. They're not. You're going to lose people when you start talking like that because it's just not going to happen. It's not a economic viability nor reality. So at this point, we should focus on what can we do to get what we need today.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. After what was it? The colonists of the world today is being sued, and one of the first suits is coming out of South Africa right now with the land grab, and the second suit is coming out of India. Them two suits and land grabs is going to determine what we do, because the Queen has made a bunch of money off of us. I'm gonna say zillions. I can't say trillions. I gotta say zillions. Because it's beyond trillions.
Yeah, it has to be beyond trillions because last time I checked, she was making like 314 million every 24 hours, and this has been going on for a very long time. But once again, when we had to come at this thing, I truly think we had to come at this thing from a concept of victory instead of being a victim. Victory means that, look, we are here today, me and all these people, and this is what we need to survive. This is what we need to live, because we already know automation is going to replace everybody anyways. Let's go ahead and get out the universal income. Go ahead and divvy that out, But see, they don't want to divvy that out just yet. They want this horrible war to happen, and then after the horrible war, they can justify divvying it out, and they get the bonus of having a reduced population to divvy it out too. That's what I'm saying. Ultimately, we are going to get universal income, but we're more than likely going to get it after this Third World War. So hopefully you're surviving.
Well, like Mark said, we already been through a Third World War. I don't know what World War we on right now. This is the World War now, population control. Who's going to die? Who's going to make it right now? Because right now we living in the times right now where they're trying to control.
Oh, they are. They are controlling. Listen, China, all right, is going to be the hey, what's up, everybody in the chat room? China is going to be that entity that was spoken of in Revelations. It's going to.
But I'm gonna put it like this. Like my man Mark said, he was on your show the other day. Mm-hmm. It's no China, yo. Like the Queen just handed that land back, and did she really hand it back? What was it? 2000?
Hong Kong.
When she,
Hong Kong?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
But really, when you control Hong Kong, that used to be the capital. That was the major capital back in the day. And Taiwan. The Queen and the U.S. own Taiwan, which is the original land of China. So do China really have power like you think they do? When you really control by the Europeans and the U.S., they control the trade, but they want to put on TV that China is leading in trade. But who controls the world trade, Drew? Who flag flies with the trade?
Listen, the same people who have been running it, Team Lucifer. Team Lucifer runs it.
No, but I'm gonna say, what's that flag that flies everybody? What is the one flag that's a part of most of the flags that's on the U.S.? It's the what is it? The tea trading company or something?
Oh, the East India Trading Company.
Yes. So if China is leading in trade, then there's other trading companies that's a part of the Eastern Trading Company. Who are they? What about Chiquita Banana and all them? That's like you said, that's overthrowing companies. They're part of the trading company. So how is China controlling trade right now when the majority of the trade is going through the white man?
Well, because it's as simple as this. You know, I get totally what you're saying, but the reality is China is 86% of the world's manufacturing capability. You know,
but who's allowing them to be that?
At this point, it's irrelevant who allowed it to happen. It has happened. It has occurred. This is facts. This is reality. Now, they're doing this to facilitate the Zionist prophecy of the King of the East. You're absolutely right. China doesn't exist. Russia doesn't exist. America doesn't exist. Only the money, only this belief in a fiat currency exists. They are going to be the inheritees of that power structure. I'm not telling you the reason why. At this point, it's irrelevant why or what or who or how did this happen. The reality, it has happened, and we are beginning to see the ramifications of its manifestation, meaning that it's going to be obvious here in a minute that a real hot war is inevitable. An actual war where cities will be destroyed. And perhaps the Georgia Guidestones will be made true.
So, do you think that war is going to be with bombs or some type of weapons, or you think it's going to be done with food?
It's going to be done with bombs. It's going to be done with food. It's going to be done with microchips. That's when people are going to be begging to be chipped. Yes, it's going to get really rough out here. And it's not going to be done for... We have already been pre-programmed to accept this. I hate to say it. We already been pre-programmed. It's already in our conscious. All these utopian movies, all it did is reinforce that shit. Now when it's go time and the thing actually truly, and I'm not saying that this mechanism is going to happen. You know, hopefully we have at least 2 years before this happens, or it can occur, you know, quite rapidly. At this point, anytime after June, seriously, it's everything would be great as long as we stay on this present economic course. Even if the government was to come back online, we have already lost billions of dollars of revenues that is being felt. You know, it is being felt. It's nothing else. Think about this, and this is hard. All the TSA folks who would normally go to maybe a Subway or a McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever to buy their little lunch every day they work, every day. And let's say their lunch is only like $10. I know in certain places of the country it's more, but averagely $10, right? That's $40 per person their little restaurants have missed out on this past week. Now, to you and I, that's nothing. But to that business owner, that is something. You know, and that's going to start compounding and compounding and compounding. You know, the way we're in so much debt nowadays, I think most people would just be happy just for it to all come to an end anyway. That's why we have such a nihilistic society to begin with.
Well, I mean, that's the American way of thinking, isn't it?
Well, it is definitely the American dream was to...
No, I'm saying the American way, as I grew up in is the credit. You got the mortgages, the medical bills. You got college loans. Isn't that the American way?
Yes.
In the last 30 years.
Yes, that
so you got car loans. You got to get a loan to get a car. Most people, you got to put a deposit down with your house. You got to get a mortgage. You got to go to school and get some grants, but you also got to take some loans out if you ain't already got scholarships and all that. This is the American way. This has been taught to us in the last 30 years was to live off credit. Right? Am I right, Drew?
Oh, you're right.
I'm just saying. Am I right? When I went to college, I don't want to tell my age, but back in '97. I went to college, my first year in college. When I got out of my first class, guess who was waiting? It was two people waiting on me. It was the Army and it was the credit card people. Right outside the door, right in the college. I'm broke, but the credit card people said, we can give you $500 today on credit. So what you get me? And the Army said, well, we can handle that credit and all that. All you got to do is enroll with us, and we pay for your college.
There you go. There you go.
So the kids,
trapped. You had no real choice there. You were trapped.
So right now, what I'm getting at right now today, guess who's waiting outside the kids' college classes today? It's the vaccine people, it's the credit card people, and the Army, because they're giving kids right now gift cards to take vaccines and flu shots. They're giving you money and checks to take a flu shot. So what do you think the kids up under us is going to do when they're offering you $100 just to take a flu shot?
Why would they offer you money? Why, if flu shots are so beneficial, you know, how come they have to offer you money to take it?
Because they want you to be fucked up, and so they know the kids is getting smarter, so they have to add an incentive to get you to fuck your body up, because most flu shots carry microorganisms or some type of genetic shit within them that alters your genes and your body makeup. This is a fact.
Well, yeah,
once it's in you, there's no telling what you can develop.
This is, I mean, you know, here's the reality. We already said that there's Team Lucifer out there that basically wants to kill and destroy everything. And they're in control. You know, that's why, I don't know if you caught that interview I did with Roman Light from Rick. Referendum initiated by the citizen. But really, everything we've been talking about tonight basically roots in government officials who are not held to any type of accountability by the people, able to make moves and make deals with people that directly impacts your life, my life, and our future children's lives. You know, that's the problem. We need a referendum that allows us, being who we are, the ability to come up. Because if not, man, then it's a fucking pipe dream. We're going to be sitting here another 40 years. There'll just be less of us. We're basically going to go the way of the Native Americans. Just be dwindled down. Just dwindled down. Because folks are basically, quite frankly, dude, they're tired. They're just tired of the whole deal, man. Some of our old traditional allies are not there no more because we lack the numbers for them to even want to, you know, hang on our political ideals. And we've done this by design. We've done this utilizing abortions. We've done this utilizing self-hate. So, you know, this is all I got to say. Either we stop it and we get with it, or else we will be, we're just going to go the way of the dodos. We're going to become extinct.
Well, I'm going to put it like this. Us as African Americans or melanoid people, the indigenous people of the land, we have been targeted from day one here since they arrived, right? And we're still being targeted through not only through religion, through medicine, just through just everyday living. So when are we going to stand up as a group and say we are not spending our money, because the only way this system is surviving is off our money. I just told you we were the 4th to 7th economy in the world. So if we were to just spend with ourselves, our own shoes, own clothes, own toiletries, whatever, we would bring this economy to its knees.
But
us.
Where do we have the black manufacturers at? Where do we have the black distributorships?
It's not going to be about the black distributors and the manufacturers first. We already got our own clothes and own shoes. We just not supporting the people that do it. I mean, we got foreigners that's going to give us manufacturing. We got foreigners that was willing to work with us. We're just not going to buy it because it's us. We're not going to buy a G-Unit shoe or a S. Carter shoe because we like Nike.
Or could it also be because realistically, and this is the ugly secret, our buying dollars has went away a long time ago. I mean, yes, there's a lot of folks that are middle class. And
the black dollar, True, has been well important. That's why we're still stuck here, True. They don't want to let you go back to Africa or nothing because your money is going to go.
But see,
you get me?
That's the point, though. Money is nothing. Money is just an imaginary ideal that's real in paper form.
That's what you're saying right now is imaginary, but they're living off of it today. True. I'm trying to say it's not imaginary when at the end of the year they're doing an audit and the black community is the most supporting group in the nation to the white man's economy.
Because okay, like there was a study that said that like when the dollar goes into the Jewish community, it'll go around the Jews like 40-something times. Goes into the white community, it goes around the white folks like 20 times.
You know why? You know why is that? How many Jews you see rocking Jordans? How many Jews you know ride around in Escalades? How many Jews you know that's going to sit there and buy a Rolex and buy their block? How many Jews you know are doing that? How many Jews?
I know they're homeless. None.
Oh. You said Jews are homeless?
No, homeless Jews.
Well, I mean, they're homeless. There are some poor Jews. You know what I'm saying? But more likely, they're gonna work together with their community and help one another. Look at all the rappers and entertainers that we got right now. Like it was a saying from Detroit. Who was that? If you go on Instagram, I don't know if you got an Instagram, go to New Era Detroit, New ERA Detroit, and it would be a saying on there that they put out yesterday. It says, "Attention, Detroiters, the white man is buying up your property with your Rolly money."
With your Rolly money? What the fuck's Rolly money?
Rolex money.
Oh, I got you. All right, so
you get.
Look, we have always been in this condition for a very, very long time, where it's like we're almost frowned to. Like in other words, I got a construction company. Let's say that you have a media company. Next guy has another company, right? We have been trained. If you need any type of windows, doors, flooring, any of that, go to somebody else. Don't even bother hitting me up. If I need a media production, I have to go to someone else. Don't even bother hitting me. We don't work together, but like it's almost like we've been programmed. Like it's a bad thing. Like heaven forbid, boss man catches building something, he's gonna bust us up. But that
happened after the 70s when civil rights supposedly won the rights from the white man. The first thing they wanted to do was be equal with the white man. They didn't want no extra businesses, no extra money. I don't know where that mind frame came from. But when they sat down with Lyndon Johnson, I want to say Lyndon Johnson, he was one of the presidents, Carter. The first thing they asked for, it wasn't money or more education or more books for our people. It was, we want to be equal and live with y'all. No other group did that. The first group, any other group like the Chinese and all that, they don't say we want equal opportunity. We want money for our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
We want money for our businesses.
Right.
What fools when you go to a table and negotiate, say, well, we just want to be equal with y'all? Tell me what group did that.
Well, you got to be kind of misguided. Like for one, if you submit that this person's superior than you to begin with, what would be in that person's best interest to keep you from thinking anything other than that?
That's what fucked us up. And Martin Luther King, before he died, was realizing that he carried our group on to believing that it should be for all of us. And then before he died, he started saying, well, I need to backtrack and say, we need to do for just the black community. because he followed Gandhi tactics, but Gandhi was one of the most racist, brown-skinned people that you know today.
No, he didn't
against
have no
Black
love for
Americans.
Black folks. He did not have love for Black
Thank
folks.
you. And they took his goddamn statue down in one of them Africa. I want to say Nigeria or something. They took his goddamn statue down, and I applaud them for that. Well, Gandhi statue has been removed.
You got to understand, you know, in the system, in the political sense of the word, he was just pandering to the Queen of England so that maybe she'll get her Limey's boots off his neck a little bit.
Why would you pander to the Queen? This is why African Americans or the melanated people of the U.S. is some of the strongest, or the Americas are some of the strongest, because we are the last rebels to exist on this planet against the Queen system. Well, you get me? That's why we're targeted against. Let me say this one word. Just one thing. We are targeted against because of that reason. Look at the Africans. Look at the Chinese. Look at the Japanese. They are submissive. We are not. We are still taking it to the streets to this day. Our kids are taking it to the streets to this day. And that's what the white man is scared of. We have to eliminate them. They are the last rebels to exist on the planet, on this side of the planet in America. We are. That's why we are the killmongers of the world. We sided with Killmonger. We sided with him. We didn't side with T'Challa. T'Challa wanted to negotiate. We said, goddamn, if we was in Africa with all these resources and shit, we would use them against the white man.
Now, just to show you what a mind fuck we got going on. If you're out there, this is for the TV viewers, type in "Black folks are rebels" and look at the imageries that pops up. You got this, I don't know who this guy is, but he's dressed up as an old Confederate soldier holding a Confederate flag. You got a young black guy holding up a Confederate flag with this really menacing look on his face. You got another guy dressed up as an old Confederate soldier. See, this is the deal. This is the reality that that the whole damn system has a image to basically propagandize on the people. Everything from Jesus and Adam and Eve being white, you know, to right now. I mean, hold on, let me punch in that one chick. I believe her name is Nikki. Hold on. Let me see this. Nicki Minaj bleached her skin. All right, now for the TV viewers, all right, we can see this being played out with the whole skin bleaching thing. I don't know if this one's accurate, but if it is,
no, okay. Well, type this up for your viewers. What is it? Type up the Sammy Sosa. Type him up.
Well,
on the bleaching screen.
I'm sure he's going to be on here.
Yeah, Sammy Sosa, right now. Yeah, Sammy Sosa, what a while. Type him up right now. See how he looks. It's going to be a light-skinned version and a dark version. And that right there will tell you that Dominicans over there in Dominican Republic has a problem. And this has been going on since the colonial days, that over there, because Dominican is connected to Haiti. That island has had a problem for 300-400 years. What is it called? Hispaniola? Yola?
I'm not for sure. I'm not really.
Yeah. That was like one of the first islands that they supposedly landed on. Hispaniola. Yeah, it's Haiti and Dominican Republic.
He's basically.
So
he turned himself into. Basically into a Sicilian. You know, he looks like he could possibly be a Sicilian.
Well, no, I can't say Sicilian because you got to understand. On Dominican Republic, they more side with the country Spain. That's the mother. To them, instead of Africa, they call it Spain.
Especially here, where he got those blue contacts in his eyes.
That's a Jew. No, but I'm just trying to say most Dominican Republic people call the Spain the motherland rather than Africa.
Huh. I just want
most of them do.
This other one real quick.
Pop, no pop.
I cannot even believe that's even the same person. But you know, look, dude. Okay, if we can have Bruce Jenner's brother Judah, then we can certainly have these transracials as well. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
I mean, they're still chicks at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's not like they're changing all that aspect to them. You know, so that's what it is. And when we get off into these issues about people's self-image, you know, what if a person wanted to be, you know, they identified as a horse, and they, you know, hold on, let me pull that up. People. Oh man, Google's already had it prepared. People who identify as animals. Apparently, that's a thing. See, now we got these people here. You know, that's pretty creepy. This guy with these teeth and looking like a cat. It's weird. But, you know, the thing about it, all this goofy stuff here is just a distraction. You know, we're fast headed towards terminal destruction. And they got everyone tripping on, you know, all this other funny stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's almost sad, you know, when you think about people who just don't really care or like themselves for whatever reason. But the thing about it is, life is too short to be tripping on all this silly stuff. You know, we got these two right here. That's so funny. You know, Trump and Kim Jong right here, these two. And I don't understand why those two are in a Sammy Sosa bleach his skin search result, but that could be the catalyst, because all it's going to take, man, is one EMP strike, our electric grid goes down, chaos will ensue. You know, because I don't know if Brother Judah is aware of this, but there's a large growing number of angry young men that view their race as just, you know, it's a war. They want a race war. And
okay, what we need to talk about is the sellouts and the coons that's actually bleaching their skin or that's selling our community out. The zaddies that's laying up with the white man that's selling us out, not knowing who it is. I'm not saying it's bad to lay up with a white person or not, but know who you are. I got white people in my family. To this day, my great grandmother is white. But know who you are and don't sell your own out, because they won't sell their people out most of the time.
Right.
I'm gonna say that.
Right, because
you get me?
We all have to acknowledge, you know, when we
you can lay up with whoever you want to. You can lay up wherever you want to, but don't like some of these people right now on the CNN, the Fox News, some of these black people, they selling us out, and not only that, they going against the black male right now. Everything is directed towards us.
Well, that's the thing. As we keep on down this path, though, you know as well, this is only leading to one thing. All right? Once again, you know the coons or the Uncle Toms or whatever the hell, that's irrelevant. Those people are all in that they're not spiritually tied to that. They're there because of economics. Let's be real. It pays. Look at all those people that Fox News and CNN and all these other news organizations always puts on. And they always put it on because those guys are feeding a certain image that somebody in power wants to be presented. That's it. The coon or whatever will, it's the economic terms, will be just as loyal to anybody else as they are to this whatever.
Well, True, let me explain this to you like this. Type this up on the computer. I know you got it live. Type this up: the American Directory of Certified Uncle Toms. Now, if people really want to know how Uncle Toms and them operate and maneuver, you need to read this book. I learned this book through watching my man Professor Griff his Serious Mind. Like, check out his Serious Mind sometime. And he has his book that he breaks down through Serious Mind. But the American Directory of Certified Uncle Toms.
Oh, hold on.
It's on Amazon. It's on eBay. If you want to know how coons operate, this is a whole dictionary or a directory to how they operate. And this shit is going on to this day. The same tactics that they're using on CNN with your what's the light skinned dude on there?
Don Lemon.
Yes, the Don Lemon. You got the bald head senator or congressman that gets on there and coon it up on my Selma. You got Dame Dash cousin, Stacey Dash. This is the directory to how the tactics that they use it on us to this day. This book right here. And it's only $32. Some is cheaper, but on Amazon I think it's $32. I think it's $20-something on $28 on eBay. Something like that.
You know what white people want now. You know the kind of blacks they want, and you can see them. They want Uncle Toms in double-breasted suits. They want handkerchief head Negroes and Calvin Klein jeans. They want Step and Fetch and Gucci shoes, and they want Aunt Jemima's Imperialist dresses. Uncle Thomas Todd.
Man, that's pretty harsh little indictment there. You know? I mean, it is what it is, I guess. My whole thing is whenever you look and you're out here living, all right, and you looking at, I don't care if it's a athlete or whoever, movie star, just because they are successful doesn't mean that they're going to use their success to help in your personal liberation. Even though they should, it doesn't mean that's going to be the case. That's why I always emphasize self-reliance and being able to do a couple things yourself and link up with others. Because you're going to sit here and expect some rich black guy or melanated man to come through. Man, you might be sitting here for a hot minute, dude. You really might, or, you can hook up with people, because I'm about freedom, brother. I don't want there to be any delusions or misunderstanding of that. I am about freedom for all. Period. End of story. Anything else will be uncivilized in my book. And I think we have been on this uncivilized page for so long. And like those people that she just showed on this video, I want to put this back here. All right, they got Obama running. They got this man in flip-flops. Here it is. These cats right here. Sharpton, Hill, and Mango or whoever. Manigo, yeah. You look at these brothers, and they all got this certain look in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. It's almost like this. Like, I mean, I know these are just their headshots.
Well, you saying that the look in their eyes, the look is the unmoral look, the Satanist look, the look of takeover. That's the look that they all have. Just look at look at Madam Albright. Look at her eyes. And she's right now going around city. I think she's coming to the city of Detroit this week, or was here to preach her hate, to preach her love of the abortion clinics.
Oh my God! Remember, Uncle Tom says only you can prevent ghetto fires. Wow, that's whack.
Well, I'm gonna understand it like this. Detroit went through. Back in the late 80s, it went through a thing called Devil's Night. You can type this up, Detroit Devil's Night. It probably is a whole story on it. And they blamed the blacks for burning up half the city. Right?
All right.
Now, I want you to be truthful, with this question right now. How many blacks you know waste gas?
None.
Okay. So why would they go around a city burning up half the city when you can barely afford gas to get to work?
Because those people are burning that shit down because that's cheaper than demolishing it.
No. Yeah. You got a good point right there, but no. Who burnt the city down was the landlords, the white landlords that was trying to escape. Yeah, trying to escape Detroit, and they needed a night to do it so they could collect insurance.
Right.
Kind of like how they did the Bronx. Remember, the Bronx is burning. Same tactics they used in the Bronx, same tactics they used in Devil's Night of Detroit, and it lasted for years, like 20 years. I want to say before they called it Angels Night. But yet it's still there and say, God damn, them blacks are burning the city up. I'm not saying no blacks didn't do it. But it was a minute thing. Because what blacks you know is going to waste gas, true? When you got to go to work or you got to go somewhere in the morning. Me growing up in my years, I don't know none that would waste gas and just burning up shit.
Well, you see, what it is, we've always been in such a state of survival. That's why sometimes it's so hard for us to comprehend that there's any other way of doing this thing out here. You know, there's. But you
from Missouri, right? You from Missouri, true?
Yeah, but I live there.
Right?
Yeah.
With the Ferguson thing, a lot of the main businesses was burned from the top. What black people you know is gonna go on top of the building and burn it down?
Well, once again, just like the Rodney King riots, you know, we find out that there are sometimes that these fires, these riots, are all a scam from Jump Street. I don't know if you want to call it some sort of collusion or whatever. It's just a damn scam.
It's not a scam because black people don't burn shit up.
No.
We learned this with the club.
We're the victims of
yeah,
caught up in it.
But I'm telling you, black people don't like. I'm not saying there's none out there that don't do it, but it's at a minute thing. Black people don't like burning shit up. We learned this from the Klan. They like burning crosses and shit up and houses.
Well, there are black pyromaniacs for sure.
Some. Yeah. But most people you know, true, that's black is not going to waste gas, right? If a black person to this day, we all know this. When you get in their car and you want to get taken, they're like, man, what's up on the gas? Man, give me some gas money.
Well, yeah, but once again, you're not talking about necessarily black. You're talking about poor people. Poor people. Rich black folks act a totally different way. You know, there's a difference. Even amongst us, there's still class. There's still rich ones. There's still poor ones. It's like white.
Most arsonists in the U.S. are white.
What's that?
And that you can look that up. Most arsonists in the U.S. are white.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not disputing that fact. I'm just saying the reason why a lot of us are not arsonists, the reason why a lot of us are not truly murderers, is that deep down we are really a good, kind, loving people in general.
Yeah.
It's only when you get us into a state of poverty, when you get us into a state of we have nothing else to lose. Yes, then we do act out. Then we do strange things. But that's only because we're in a situation, not because that's who we are.
You're right, true, because you didn't grow up thinking about blowing shit up and burning shit down as a kid. I mean, you might have played with fireworks and burnt some shit here and there, but your goal wasn't to just burn shit all the time.
Right. Nor is it anybody else. Listen, most arsons are inside jobs, dude. Most time people burn down their shit to collect that insurance money. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reasons. I've seen that even in this little town where I live at. You know?
And in the 80s, who had the most insurance back in the day? We really in the 90s, 2000, blacks just really getting on insurance and mortgages and all that shit. Come on, true. We know this as a fact. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was very few people, black people.
But you meant poor. You meant impoverished people. Because, yes, listen.
I can't really agree on that because some of the poor people has came up right now and they have got loans and stuff. True, I can't just say poor because I dealt with the Chaldeans coming over here in the early '80s and all that, and they was poor. But now they don't live in the city of Detroit; they live in the hills now. After 30 years,
but they got loans, right? They got loans for businesses, so obviously their business was successful. I'm saying a lot of black folks never will get the loan, so therefore they never do get the business. So therefore, their prospect for so-called monetary success is limited. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because you get a loan don't make you rich. Actually, that just makes you more impoverished. But actually using the loan to facilitate a residual source of income, that makes you rich. And every time there's some sort of residual thing going on, then you're always in danger of somebody coming through and blowing that shit up or killing you or just destroying that shit. I mean, let's not be stupid here. There is a group, just as there's a group of black folks wanting to be free, there's a group of other people wanting to see you exactly where you're at. Keep you down.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, Troy, again. The most check cashing stores is in the black communities. The most loan sharking areas is in the hood.
Right.
You get me? Give me how let's go back to that Mark Anaheim show that you had. When they took down Acorn, we had no more regulator that's going to regulate businesses and using loan sharking tactics. You get me?
But
they always loan shark off the black community.
Once again, you're just seeing the consequence of the economic attack. The reason why you have all that stuff in the black community is because the traditional banks are not going to open up a bank in that impoverished area, knowing that that's going to.
And why? And why is that? Because a lot of people get loan.
Listen, banks are only there to promote growth and prosperity. Okay, I'm going to say just like this so it's crystal fucking clear. In the overall schemes, most folks, and I don't care what color you are, but you find yourself in the poorest part of the inner city, you, by design, are not a part of the long-term go. Now, you could try to get out of that situation, try to get out, because as we know right now, it's totally legal for insurance company to pay you more because you live in the poor side of town with less light.
I can't agree with you. I can't agree with you like that because we can watch games in New York and the Irish and all of them. They came over poor and they got loans to get the hell up out of here.
Okay, well then
they was poor in the ghettos with us.
Then there must be something to what Tony and Nicki Minaj are doing this. Because you're going to sit here and use white folks and their struggles, and then since they can do it, we can do it as well, then you're kind of negating the fact that the Irish did not have, in other words, whenever they got the shit together to where they're like, okay, we're not going to start killing each other. We're going to stop all that. If you're melanated, you're going to be the kicking boy. We're going to target you.
I'm going to tell you what the Irish did. This is what the Irish did, because back in the early 1900s, I want to say to the 50s, the Irish was considered low-class whites. What they did was join the white gang and say, we're white. This is how Africa got defeated, True. We got defeated because of tribalism, of us believing in different languages and all that. The whites had different languages and all that, but one thing they came upon and agreed on was, look, fuck all that. We Irish and we Italian, we Russian and all this shit. Mm-hmm. Let's just make one pride and say we're white then, and then we're going to conquer Africa. That's how they conquered Africa. To this day, True, Africa is in turmoil because they have different dialects and different tribes that's beefing with one another. And so how does this relate to the taxes that we're doing today? Because if the banks don't see you in the hood with no type of leverage, if your billionaires like Puffy, Dr. Dre and them don't want to help you, then why the fuck we got to help you? You have no type of equity in the neighborhood. The equity is leaving. And our equity is our black power. Is our black celebrities, is our black athletes, is our black businessmen. Soon they get money, most don't help. That's the problem with us, True. It's not we in this together and all that.
How exactly are they supposed to help? let's just start.
It's not a healthy thing. It's not a healthy thing. True. It's a brainwashing thing that has been instilled upon us for hundreds and hundreds of years that we can never. One thing, when a white man took over the black man, he said we would never allow them to get power again because we was the ones that was in control of the trade routes. We was the ones that was controlling the mathematics and the education. We was the ones that was controlling the narrative.
So what happened then?
I just told you. Africa speaks how many languages?
No, I mean...
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, True. How many languages do you think Africa speaks? How many different countries is within Africa?
There's close to 100 different countries in Africa. This continent.
Thank you. So, and they all beefing with one another. Okay. But in Europe, they have what? The EU.
Economic.
Africa don't got the AU.
Not yet.
Do Africa got an AU? Not yet. It won't happen in our lifetime.
Unfortunately, what Africa really has is the International Monetary Fund.
It's not. They don't have. They don't have shit. True.
That's all they get.
They don't. Africa don't have nothing, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because even when they come to America, they still on tribe shit. They don't even want to fuck with us.
Well, you do understand.
How you going?
That there is a philosophy talking about black folks were not okay. The Africans that sold the black folks into slavery, the black folks they sold were basically Hebrew Israelites that ran away.
I don't believe all that. I mean, yeah, some of them did, yeah. But a lot of it true. Even to this day, Africans are selling Africans. To this day, our cousins, our people.
Africa. It's not even Africa. It was Kemet, and prior to that, it was.
I'm just giving you the term today.
But I'm saying the fact that you give me that term today shows you that Afrikaner conscriptus.
I understand that. I understand the Kemet and all that. I understand the Kemet, Ethiopia, the whole lot. I'm talking about today. The reason why they got taken over. The reason, look, we got a new refugees like, we got new African refugees right now, which is the Ethiopians, the Somalians, and the Nigerians, right? Why are they over here? I'm going to tell you why. Because they beefing with their own people. Why isn't Africa, with all the resources in their nation, not one of the greatest countries on earth? I'm going to tell you why. Because they still on tribalism. We're the only motherfuckers on earth in Africa that's still talking about my tribe. And we're not together with that. We have 50, I'm going to say over 100 different tribes, if not more. 200-300 different tribes that speak this and that. Even in the country of Nigeria, one country, you have 10 different or not more different tribes that don't get along. You got the Christian Nigerian. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, I think my
okay. That's me.
I think the live feed was blocked. We detected copyrighted audio and video in your live stream temporarily.
How? How can you like what's a copyright? Because you're showing video?
Yeah, I'm showing videos, but I'm switching between videos and Google and the video's turned off. You can't even hear the video. You may see it, but it's almost this like B-roll film. It's really,
yeah. Well, see, we talking about some deep shit, True. So they're gonna cut us off. They're gonna cut us off, True. Like now we getting deep into tribalism and the whole nine. Like, that's why we get cut off.
Fucking, are you serious, dude?
I've been cut off on Truth Talk before, like a couple times over bullshit. Like once we get deep into the reason why we need to start getting together, they're going to cut us off. They don't want the other people to know this. They want the Africans to beef with us, True. They want us to beef with the Africans. This is what the Black Panther movie was about, right? T'Challa versus Killmonger. What was that about?
What on the?
It's right.
The Marvel movie.
the movie narrative was based on African Americans and the Africans. The African Americans had an African dad, but he had an American thinking, right?
Right.
That's Killmonger. He said, if we had all these resources in Africa, goddamn, I would know what to do with this shit. I start selling this shit across the world, right? Didn't he say that?
Yeah.
To release my people.
But Chula, whoever the fuck, I mean, I saw the bootleg version of that movie. I wasn't impressed. And
you got to break it down. You got Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on there right now. You have to break it down. Well, I'm a comic book person. I have been reading comics since I was a little kid.
That thing just went away. Maybe I'm back on live stream. Hey, can you guys hear me out there in the chat room? Hello, testing 1 2 3. Because I can't really tell if we were blocked for long or whatever the hell that was. Oh, there's a few questions too in the comment. More hazing, no street, no more black bottom. Okay, Roger Cherokee, thank you. They can hear me. You know, we were just saying that you know, how the heck could they hit me with they got, I'm doing some sort of copyright whatever. But no, I can pull up Black Panther right now, man. I can pull that shit up right now. Because I haven't, Netflix ain't no thing. Hold on. I will put up my whatchamacallit, Yahoo mail, man. I got like over 20,000 emails came in the other day. Hold on. It's Netflix though. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this up. Okay. Hold on. Now Netflix is all acting funny. Like, something went wrong. Oh, here it is. Here's Netflix. All right. So, you still there, Brother Judah?
Scientists predicted what would happen, but it was too late.
Yeah, still showing these here. Let's watch. There it is. Here, we'll patch up this show real quick. Now, is there any particular part you want me to go to, man? Like the ending or anything?
Baba?
Yes, my son.
Tell me a story.
Now, this is the part that we're talking about. Man, this is really close to cool, but it looks like a total fucking bootleg piece of shit on my video. This is what we were talking about earlier. You know, old boy comes through. You know, apparently this guy here is the brother, or something like that. But he's gonna get killed. You know, you're gonna notice this is gonna be a huge trend in this movie. They don't mind killing each other like a motherfucker, boy.
This is James.
But the little CIA agent,
my life, he stays with.
They treat him like gold. Hold on, let's just jump into this.
Expected to fall to the oldest of the king's 2 children, Prince T'Challa. My prince. Coming up on them now.
Hold on 1 second. This is some Russian shit. Hold on. Let's just jump in here. I'm trying to get to that part.
First, then you guys go in.
Check this out. I mean, I could let this whole movie play. You know? Why is this like?
After your questioning, we'll take him back to Wakanda with us. What? No, look, I like you a lot, But he's in my custody now. He's not going anywhere. Listen, I'm doing you guys a favor by letting you even be in here.
You touched the king.
Ukuba uphinde wakuxhukumisa ndakunqoma apha kwesisihlalo.
Does she speak English?
When she wants to.
I'm going in. And when I'm done...
But anyhow, they saved this guy. The other guy dies. We'll jump. I'm just want to jump through here because I don't want no fucking copyright issues. You know, I'm commentating. And that's his son. You know, this is totally MGTOW approved. No female in this shot. Now this is the total betrayal.
He leaves.
Now this is the sad part. This is where Killmonger did his deal. Alright, he's getting all the shit off the way. Now they're fighting each other.
Stop this! Stop this now!
Yeah, he just got kicked. You better listen. And that's supposed to be, you know, showing you know, everything can be cool. But, you know, I don't know, man.
This is where our father killed our uncle.
And it's still, I'm shocked this side of the town ain't been gentrified yet. That's been like 20 fucking years ago. This should be all gentrified by now. That's what's so not accurate about this movie. Anyhow, you know, Brother Raphael, you there? Hello? Well, I guess the phones are dead or whatever. I don't even know if this
They'd already paid him for 2 weeks later to do the commencement. They said, keep the money. You better not be caught on this.
I don't know what's going on. So, well, I'm going to kill the live stream. Hopefully, this has been informative. This has been a special report. You know, we talked about Manny Malone, the tie, you know, basically how I will show you guys this fight scene. This fight scene's pretty cool. But,
6 more.
Basically, guys.
You got the diamonds.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, that's enough.
We need to move on.
Hello?
Stand down. We can't.
Oh, yeah, I was here. My bad.
Oh, I was just about ready. Well, I'm about ready to end the broadcast anyhow, because it's going on an hour and 30-something minutes. I was just showing them the last bit of the Black Panther stuff. Kind of broke it down for everybody.
Yeah.
But, no, guys, you know, Brother Judas, but you got anything you want to say real quick?
That's basically it. I mean, I'm at the end right now. You know, it's an excellent show.
Awesome. Well, guys, this has been Special Report. TruePowerIsMine, Brother Judah's guest. Like I said, we talked about what's going on in Detroit. And hopefully this gave you guys all food for thought. Thank you all for watching. Peace.